So we're on a walk around my neighborhood and my mom stops to talk to everybody. But the good thing about it, despite the fact that I'm always very embarrassed, is that the girl later on was like, you guys are so sympathetic, like can I have your number and we can like hang out? And I was like, yeah, of course. And it's so nice because it doesn't work like that for me. Otherwise, you know, I'd never randomly stop someone on the street. But when my mom does it, I always end up making the coolest friends and meeting the coolest people. So there is a benefit to having a crazy wild mom who talks a lot.
What? Where is he? Find him. I see you.
Guten Morgen. I am getting out today. It's not that cold, but still I'm trying to get out and get some fresh air because I feel like I'm going crazy with all this rain this week. But my mom is here. She's sleeping. I just dropped the kids off at daycare and at school. And she's been here for 5 days. And I'm already like making so many notes about the random things that she says that make me realize how much more different we are than we were before. So I've always made fun of German parents because I used to get scolded when my son was in the Tagesmutter, in the daycare, because I didn't dress him with Strumpfhosen underneath of his pants in the wintertime. And they were like, he's getting so cold. Oh my God, look at this. Good thing I came prepared. Da gibt's kein schlechtes Wetter, nur schlechte Kleidung. I just thought it was annoying. I was like, hey, in Canada, most people don't wear leotards, we call them, or tights. And it's not like I wouldn't put my son in Strumpfhosen, of course, I don't mind, but it's annoying to have to put him into tights and then pants and then send him off to school. Like, what if he leaks through his diaper? So I'd rather just put him in super warm pants. But the whole conversation of being extra warm also leads to a point that I used to always make, is that I always said Germans are like over the top, always prepared, always packed for everything, as if they're going away for a weekend trip or like a crazy family expedition. I always used to giggle and I thought it was so funny. But in reality, I look back now, and the other morning, this is what Canadians do. My mom sent my son to go up and call me a slowpoke because they were waiting for me to come down to go on our adventures for the day. And I got so mad at him. I just snapped and was like, how can you call me a slowpoke? Like, I'm packing your backpack, I'm getting your Brotdose, I'm getting all the snacks, I'm getting Wechselklamotten, I'm getting the wet wipes. Like, how can you call me a slowpoke? You should be helping get this all ready for me. And I'm like, where are your Matschhosen? Where's your hat? Where's your scarf? Where are your mittens? And then I go downstairs and my mom's just like chilling, you know, like just goes out of the house, doesn't need any prep, doesn't need anything. Granted, a lot of my friends in Canada, or even myself if I lived in Canada, would always have a baby bag, like that's what we call it, with everything that you need for your baby. But what about when the kids get a little bit older? It's a bit different. I think leaving the house in Canada is not so dramatic if you don't have this backpack readily available and you just like head out with a water bottle and some snacks, you know? But here, it's like a custom that you always have this bag with you. So much so that the logo that you might notice on our kids' book series is this backpack with 2 water bottles on the side and with the German flag hanging. This is actually my backpack, and this is the one that I carry around with me all the time, every day. My son is 7 years old and I still carry Wechselklamotten with him because I'm like, gibt's kein schlechtes Wetter, right? Nur schlechte Kleidung. And if he's got bad clothes on that day, then I've got Wechselklamotten.
So let's check what's in my German backpack for the kids. For starters, I always have a couple diapers in there just in case, as well as wet wipes. I'll have those until the end of time. I have 2 sets of clothes for both my kids, both the 3-year-old and the 7-year-old. When in doubt, you've always got it. Of course, we have our 2 water bottles that we always refill and bring with us everywhere we go, 1 on each side. And then the matching Mehlpai Brotdosen. This is also classic for German families. A lot of the time they don't opt for the classic pommes and ice cream and mayo when we're out and about. They'll pack something healthy so that the kids are ready for the day and have enough energy. And then we usually just pack those right up into the backpack. In the front pouch here, I won't open it, but we've got all of our medication, our band-aids, additional snacks like fruit bars, kvetchis, everything is in this bag and ready to go.
So yeah, I realized when I went downstairs, And my mom was looking at me funny that, yes, she's not a mom anymore, so maybe she's not as in tune with being properly prepared. But also, I've turned super German. And this is a good tip for you guys if you are moving to Germany that you should get on board with. I know, I thought it was crazy myself too, being overly prepared, but it's worth it. Our backpack's not even that big. But when you're gonna do as the Germans do, and you're gonna go to the Spielplatz every day, and the sand is gonna be wet, and you're gonna be walking about in the rain, it makes sense. It just makes sense. So I'll try to get her on the next video, but I've been filming little bits and pieces and making notes of our experiences together. She makes little comments like, we got out of the bakery the other day and she had ordered a coffee, and she sips the coffee and she's just like, oh my God, this is strong. I was like, yeah, you're in Germany, don't you remember? We never really have super strong coffee in Canada. They always buy these like extra large ones in Toronto that are super watered down. And then yesterday she came to me and asked me, do you have any good burger restaurants? And I was like, burgers? I mean, yeah, we have burgers, but you just came from North America. Why are we gonna go eat burgers? Let's go eat pasta or schnitzel or Schweinehaxe or something. But no, she wanted a burger. I had to giggle. I watched one of Lauren's videos, Lauren Angela, the other day, and she had mentioned that her parents loved going to McDonald's because it tasted better in Europe than it did in North America. And same thing. The only reason we even go to McDonald's in Germany as a family is because my mom was the one who got my kids hooked on it. Like, it's just her staple, her go-to, and I think that's super common as North Americans, and you don't realize that like it's so ingrained in what you do that even when you're in Europe, the first thing you think about is, let's go to McDonald's and get our coffee or our hamburgers. Like I said, the notes are flowing right now, and I'm definitely gonna bring her on while she's still here. She's here for 4 weeks, so if you have any questions for my mom, let me know. And that's it for me. Vielen, vielen, vielen lieben Dank und bis später. She's stopping to take pictures of every single flower she sees because it's so cold in Canada that we don't have any flowers.
That bird.